Today I want to tell you about a part of my life that I hate the most. I am a dialysis patient for almost 5 years now. I was born with a disease called sickle cell disease, which is a hemoglobin blood disorder, causing the blood cells to have an abnormal shape, which leads to blockages in the blood vessels. This disease caused my kidney function to slowly decrease, but in 2018 I was introduced to a new treatment, a stem cell transplant, to get healed from the sickle cell disease, which would stop my kidney function from decreasing. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The medication I had to use to prevent my body from rejecting the stem cells from my sister caused my kidneys to damage even more. Now my kidney function was below 20%, which meant that sooner or later I would have to do either a kidney transplant or do dialysis. It was in that time that I came to know the Christian faith. I had so many questions. I had heard about miracles before and was wondering if God would help me. That's where my journey with God began. I began to learn about God's healing power and watch testimony after testimony of how God healed people from incurable diseases, which made my faith for healing grow. I still had a lot of doubts, and my kidney function was decreasing in the meantime, so I really hoped and prayed that God would heal me before I would have to make the decision to do a kidney transplant. Yes, my mother was willing to donate her kidney. My situation got worse and I felt pressure to make that decision. Me and my mother were already running tests, and at some point, when all the tests were finished and we even had a date for the surgery, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I had such a strong conviction that God was going to heal me. He had now spoken to me about it in different ways, and I felt I should cancel that surgery, so I did. My mother couldn't understand it, neither did my doctors. But this was my body, my choice, my conviction. Now months passed by, even years, but still no healing. My condition got worse, and so now I had to start dialysis. Now I believe my first dialysis was one of the worst days of my life. I couldn't believe this was happening to me, but I truly believe it was God to pick me right back up the next day. I had to move forward. I couldn't keep crying, and so the growing towards God and the growing of my faith continued. I didn't give up on healing. The conviction got stronger and stronger, but it was mixed with a lot of doubts, especially when I heard other people's opinion on it. But at some point, their opinion did not shake me up so much no more. Now I was making it my business to get healed almost day and night. I was praying and speaking Bible verses of healing over my kidneys, and sometimes I even felt that something was happening in my body, like tinglings or something. And sometimes I even saw improvement, like having to pee more. But I couldn't retain this small beginning of healing. And later on in my journey with God, I found out that there is a lot I still need to learn about God's healing, and that the devil will do its best to keep you from receiving God's blessings. But also that there is such a thing as timing. Yes, there is a set time for deliverance, a set time for healing, and it just wasn't my time yet. At first I couldn't understand why it wasn't my time yet, but now I do. And I'm actually glad it didn't happen yet. Otherwise I wouldn't be where I am right now in my walk with God. Because even though I hate dialysis, it brought me closer to God. In fact, if I didn't get this kidney failure, I would probably not be a Christian right now. So even though I believe that God doesn't want us to be sick, He can still use it for a good purpose. If our lives are perfect and everything is great, we wouldn't seek for God. And so that's why I believe it's not my time yet. I'm still trying to see God for who He is and to rejoice in Him, instead of seeking Him for the blessings. Because if He would have healed me already, I would probably spend way less time with Him. I would go on with my life. I would do the things that I want to do, and I would probably stay stuck spiritually and mentally. It is in those years of sickness that I discovered how many spiritual and mental issues I have, and what the reason is for being so stuck in where I am in life right now. I discovered that God wanted to heal me mentally first. God can restore my kidneys right here, right now, if He wants. But will it be good in the long run? No. My heart needs to heal. Traumas, deeply rooted issues, generational curses that need to be broken, sanctification that needs to happen, my mind that needs to be renewed. I mean, there were times that I was thinking, and sometimes I'm still thinking, that if I was healthy, my life would be better and I would feel a lot happier. But I remember the time that I wasn't on dialysis yet, and where I didn't have those limitations and still felt physically fit. I wasn't happy either. I was moody and down and annoyed a lot. And I thought it was because of still living at home, still not being where I want to be in life, like the rest of the people around me are. But now I found out that it is because of the undone inner work that makes me feel the way I feel. And yes, of course, good health, a house, money, and whatever can make you feel a lot better. But if you don't do your inner work, those good circumstances won't really matter, I think. Because anything unaddressed will manifest. I repeat, anything unaddressed will manifest. It doesn't matter how good your life is. You don't deal with the trauma, it will bother you, and it will be hindering you until you deal with it. But most people, like myself, are trying to look for ways to feel better. We distract ourselves with so many things. So oftentimes, we don't even know what is really going on in ourselves. We are thinking, if I have this, I will feel better, or if I have that, I will be happier. And again, things and circumstances can make you feel better. But wouldn't it be amazing if we are content with where we are in life right now because of having a relationship with Jesus, because of being healed mentally? And so that's why I know I need to see God first, because He heals the brokenhearted and binds up our wounds. He created me, and the satisfaction that I've been seeking in other things, I now know I can only find in Him. And so what I'm doing now is grow even closer to Him, getting to truly know Him. Not just reading my Bible for the sake of reading it, but truly studying it, asking questions to God, meditating on what I just read, but also talking to God, talking to Him about the way I feel, the things I'm struggling with in life, or the sins that I'm still dealing with. Because I want to mirror Him instead of being exactly like the people that I'm annoyed with. Yes, I want to be able to love like God, to be as compassionate and patient as Him. I want to walk in His footsteps. I want to be humble. I want to be free of my fears and anxiety. I want to be delivered from that hatred and unforgiveness in my heart. And I know that physical healing, a house, a husband or whatever won't help me with that. And so yeah, those things can wait. Because another reason I want to be close to God is because He's the only one that can sustain me in difficult situations. He's the one that got me through those years of sickness. Without Him, I would have probably lost my mind. Life isn't always fun and easy. Sometimes bad things happen, but God can give us the strength to get through it. He is in control of everything. He knows everything. He knows our lives from the beginning to the end. So why not lean on Him and trust in Him and put everything in His hands? He knows what's best for us, which way we should go or shouldn't go, what to do or what not to do. He is the greatest counselor there is, and so that's why I want to be close to Him and prioritize Him. I want to finally be able to rejoice in Him without having to run to other things to make me feel good, like doing the things I like, which are going on camping trips, spending time in nature, or talking or spending time with my lovely boyfriend, for example. Those things do bring joy and happiness, but they can't fulfill me. Only Jesus can. And so, yeah, even though I hate dialysis, it has brought me good things too. It has brought me spiritual growth, it has brought me maturity, it has brought me strength, it has brought me Jesus. So, even though I still have to suffer for I don't know how long, I will be fine. because I have a refuge, a fortress. I have God who gives me strength through Christ Jesus. And Jesus had to suffer too. He had to go through difficulties before God exalted him. And so I believe that we have to suffer too for a time. There's a time for everything. And I believe there's a time for suffering, for hardship, and a time for deliverance, for healing, for blessings.